As for today, we are going to see the chapter Linear Programming Problems. Linear Programming Problems. This is based on linear inequation concept, mainly in which we need graphical presentation. First of all, we will take a revision, a recall of the concept of linear inequation, which has been seen by students in earlier class. What is that about? I begin with a line 2x plus 3y equal to 6. Suppose I draw a line this line on the graph paper, then it will be, if I take y is 0, then x becomes 3, and if I take x is 0, y becomes 2. So for sure the line is passing through these 2 points 1, 2, 3, 3, 0 and 1, 2, 0, 2. Now this is a straight line given with a sign of equality, but suppose I convert this in form of inequation. What are inequations? Which we have seen 3x plus 3y. If I consider one inequation like is less or equal to 6, and other inequation as 2x plus 3y is greater or equal to 6. This is equation and these two are inequations. Now what does it mean? Here, if I want to show the first one or second one, if I want to plot these inequations on graph paper, here we consider, as you see that the line is dividing the plane into 2 parts. So from any of the parts, these two parts, I mean to say this line actually infinitely can be expanded. So here I see that here this is first part, this side will be second part, it's opposite. So on the basis of line, there are 2 parts of the plane. We consider a point from any of the parts to check. Like first case, I am having this inequation I want to plot on graph. So step number 1, we will draw this line for compulsory. Okay, 2x plus 3y equal to 6 will be drawn here. After this, we check the position of any point from any part. Like here I can see easy for calculation, convenience for calculation points. I am having 0, 0, the origin. 1, 0, 0, 1 means points on axis. These can be taken for calculation. So I see that if I put the 0, 0 here in this inequation, I find 2 into 0 plus 3 into 0 is less or equal to 6. Solving, I find 0 is less or equal to 6. I see that this point is satisfying this inequation. So satisfying means this point is a part of inequation here we require. Now not only this, you can pick any point from this group, this part of the plane. Like I randomly take 2, 0. Putting that, I see 2 into 2 plus 3 into 0 is less or equal to 6. Solving 2 to the 4 is less or equal to 6. We find, yes, this point actually satisfies the inequation. It shows that this is the part of, this is the solution of this inequation. For further proof, we can take any point from the opposite plane. If you pick like this is 3, 0, so for sure, if I go that side, randomly if I want to take, there will be 6, 0. So if I put here 2 into 6 plus 3 into 0, less or equal to 6, sorry, 6 to the 12 is less or equal to 6, which is wrong. See, 12 is less or equal to 6. So since this point is not satisfying, 12, this statement actually is wrong. It shows that the point which we considered does not satisfy this inequation. For the second one, means this point is not the part of the inequation, it's not a solution of inequation. Now let me tell you, whenever we are talking about inequation, just like the single equation where 2 variables are present, linear equation in 2 variables, this also has infinite solution. But whenever you plot an equation on the graph paper, we get a line. When we plot these inequation on graph paper, we get one region. So here, as I was speaking, either this region or that opposite region. So here this region favors inequation number 2. Inequation number 2. Similarly, now there are three possibilities. The middlemost is taken by the straight line. One side has been taken by second inequation. This is obvious thing now. Third part, this third inequation will occupy this position, this region. Okay, so let's check this. Like 6, 0, I substituted in equation number 2. So the same thing if I put in equation number 3, I find 2 into 6. 2 into 6 plus 3 into 0 is greater or equal to, that is true. 12 is greater than 6, it is true. Any point randomly you pick from this region, you will find that the point is satisfying in equation number 3. So that's why this actually region shows the graphical presentation of inequation number 3. So here we see that the line is drawn in a plane, like in equation number 1 I have drawn. Then the plane will be divided into two regions. If this favors less than type inequation, then opposite for sure will favor the greater type inequation. This is the plotting. This is how we plot inequations on graph. But this is actually, as I said, is the revision part is from earlier classes. What we have to see in this topic, linear programming. Here, what we do, we have more than one inequation together given. Suppose we are given here more than one inequation. Like I consider for example 2x plus 3y is less or equal to 30. 3x plus y is less or equal to 5, and x is greater or equal to 0, y is greater or equal to 0. Here to say x and y both are greater or equal to 0 means this x will be minimum 0 but greater than 0 is positive. So ever positive, y also is either 0 or positive. That means here this condition whenever is given, that shows that the condition, the scene, the graphical presentation will take place in first quadrant only, plus plus, both are positive. Okay. Now here we are given two inequations together. I need to plot them on the same graph paper. What happens? Let's see. This is first one, this is second one. Now suppose I plot that on graph first one. If I consider, so here you do not show the table or solution of an equation. You can put it directly. Okay, means plotting of the straight line now is not a part of solution. You can put that directly. Like randomly I am taking here x equal to 0. Y comes to 13 upon 3. If I take y equal to 0, then x is 13 upon 2. 13 upon 2 is around 6.5. Exactly 6.5. So we will get here this pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and this 0.5. This is the position. This point we have obtained. Similarly, x is 13 upon 3 we get for y. When x equal to 0, we get 13 upon 3 for y. So this will become 4.3. 3, 4 and 5. This point somewhere. So these 2 points we have to join. If we do, you will see that. See, joining them, we obtain the line required. This one. This we can say this is first. I am not worried about other quadrants the line is passing through whether or not. The reason because I have seen x and y both are greater than 0. So for sure it's going to take place in first quadrant only. Now we are having 3x plus y is less or equal to 5. So for this corresponding equation is 3x plus y. Its corresponding equation just like the first case it was 2x plus 3y equal to 13. Here it is corresponding equation is 3x plus y equal to 5. So one by one you take y0 x0. The best idea. If I take y0 I get 5 by 3 the value of x being. This will be 3, 1s are 3 and 3 6 are 1.6 around. So the point comes somewhere here. Next, if I take x equal to 0, y comes 5 means we are talking about this point. So these 2 points we have to join. We do. to get the second equation on graph. If I do so, I have this line as second. Now this only is not the part. The drawing line actually on the one graph paper is okay. All can do. What is the purpose here? Here, as in equations are given, so accordingly we have to check the which part is to be shaded. Just like the previous case, in example, we have shaded a part, a region. Now with respect to each, we have to see which part is to be shaded. So here we find for first equation, if I want to check for first one. So randomly, as I said, we should take the points which are convenient for calculations. So we will pick those points here, and here we go. Like for first one, I see 0, 0 can be taken. So if I replace x and y by 0, 0, so both the terms will become 2 into 0 plus 3 into 0 is less or equal to 13. This implies solving 0 is less or equal to 13. So the reasoning is this true statement? Yes, we see it is true. Means the first one will be shaded towards origin. This will be shaded towards origin. Okay, so that we can do, and in general I say if possible, you can use different types of shadings to judge. Here we can say for first one. Second one, I say again, this also divides the plane into two regions. So to check where to shade, we need to put one point of convenience for calculation, and again I will pick for 0, 0. So if I put here 3 into 0, I see 3 into 0 plus 0 is less than 5, less or equal to 5. Solving, I see the 0 is less or equal to 5, which is true statement again. Means I need to shade towards origin. So I can shade here towards origin. This one. But this is not the purpose. Basically this here what we are going to see, we need to find a commonly shaded region. Commonly shaded region. That's why we have to extend those shaded regions towards origin. So if I go, I see this much is okay. X is greater or equal to 0. This also is strictly, suppose we want to plot on graph, then this we will convert in form of line. And form of line means we have to replace this inequality sign using sign of equation. Means x equal to 0. X equal to 0 is y-axis. So x is greater or equal to 0. As earlier I said, this will be about first quadrant with respect to y-axis. And here y is greater or equal to 0 means we are talking about now x-axis, as y equal to 0 is the equation of x-axis and x equal to 0 is the equation of y-axis. So with respect to x-axis, towards the first quadrant. Now we have to see, we have to observe which one is the commonly shaded region. What I mean to say actually, how to find out, this also will help out. Here we have to see where all these lines of shading are meeting. They are converging. So I find this is the commonly shaded region. This one is commonly shaded region. You can see this satisfies all the inequations given. Commonly shaded region actually represents those points. This region includes infinite points actually. Okay, so this includes those points which satisfies all the inequation. For this purpose also you can pick any point randomly from this region and you can put in all the inequations. You will see that all are being satisfied. We have to be actually focused because this is just an illustration. Only two inequations are taken. You may be given 3 or 4 also. So here we get such a region and we see that this is surrounded by line segments. Surrounded by line segments, and this is in the form of a polygon. Generally we get whenever such a region, it's we get a polygon only. And when it is closed from all directions, as I am speaking the word, I am using the word polygon. So this type of region is known as bounded region. We say that it is bounded region. And the term which I was using, that commonly shaded region. So commonly shaded region or common region which we get is also known as feasible region. Feasible region. So mainly we discuss about bounded region. Wherever there is a case of bounded region, now we have to locate its corner points. Corner points means its vertices. So first corner point, as I see, is O, origin. Its coordinates are 0, 0. Second here, this one is A, we can say, and this we have to obtain. How? Here this was actually obtained from equation number 2. So it is when we put y is equal to 0, so it is 5 by 3. So this point becomes 5 by 3 comma 0. These all are known as corner points, all vertices. This point, as I see, is the point of intersection of both second and first. So for this purpose we need to solve them. This point can be taken as B, and this last one, it is C actually, and this is we have obtained from equation number 1 taking x equal to 0. It comes 13 upon 3. So coordinates of C are 0, comma 13 upon 3. The only one B is left. For this you can solve it using linear equations method, like 2x plus 3y is equal to 13, and second equation also can be solved. Multiplying by 3 we get 3 3s are 9x plus 3y, then 15, and subtraction simply we can do 2 minus 9 minus 7, 13 minus 15, it is minus 2, so x comes 2 upon 7. Now we need to find y. Any of the equations can be used here. From equation number 2, again I am speaking, this whole solution is not a compulsion to show as a part of main solution. Main solution is this much. Okay. Here equation number 2, if I take x equal to 2 by 7, so 3 into 2 upon 7 plus y is equal to 5, 3 2s are 6, so y is equal to 5 minus 6 upon 7, 7 5 are 35 minus 6 29, 29 upon 7. So the point which we have worked in B as 2 upon 7 comma 29 upon 7. So these all are corner points. As one more step I would like to speak, as we have obtained a polygon, in general you will find whenever a bounded region is obtained and we get a polygon, so you will find that it is surrounded by all the equations corresponding to given inequalities. I repeat my statement, it is surrounded by the line segments. No, those line segments actually are the part of the equations corresponding to inequalities given. Like you can see, this AB is part of equation number 2. This BC is part of equation number 1. OC is a part of this one, a y-axis which was given as x is greater or equal to 0, and OA is the part of y is greater or equal to 0, x-axis. So these all are the things. So this is the application of linear inequalities here. Now whenever you are given a bounded region, now this much is presentation we have seen here. So these problems are used to identify, to actually maximize or minimize the condition. Suppose I say that these two are inequations assigned with this x is greater or equal to 0 and y is equal to to or greater than 0 conditions. Then in that case, suppose I ask to maximize the situation, maximize the values of x and y. What is the meaning of maximizing the values of x and y? I will actually repeat my statement. This bounded region contains all those points which satisfy all these inequations. Out of them we have to find such a point whose value will give a maximum result for the targeted commodity. Now what is that about? We will see that with the help of next question. We have taken one question. It says maximize z equal to 3x plus 4y. Subject to these all inequations. You can see the change. We are given this as a function. ये एक function है. Z is a function of x and y both. Okay, two variables are here. We need to maximize. So whenever such a condition is given with a function, this is known as objective function. Objective function or the target function actually, which we have to either maximize or minimize according to the condition. This is objective function z, which depends on x and y. So we have to maximize z with the combination of the values of x and y, which are actually bounded by or assigned to these all inequations. These x and y are restricted by all these conditions actually in the form of linear inequations. That's why we are given subject to. So these all are known as constants. These conditions are applied to get the values of x and y, which give a value of z in such a way so that we can find the maximum. So the simple procedure, first of all we need to plot all these inequations on graph, taking them one by one. Let's try. This portion will be needed. Here we go. Roughly we can make it. On graph paper this will be much better. Now first one, if I want to plot 2x plus 2y is less or equal to 80. So here this can be simplified to dividing each term by 2, we can get x, its corresponding equation x plus y is 40. Second one, this can be written as x plus 2y is equal to 60. Third one remains as it is. Its equation will be x plus y equal to 50. And fourth one also 3x plus y equal to 90. One by one we need to plot them. So first one, x plus y is equal to 40. We can see numbers are bigger, so we can take this time scale of 10. If I take like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, last 70 here. The same we can take here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Rest not a compulsion, but still we can write. First one, now for equation number 1, x plus y is equal to 40. If I take one time, if I take y is equal to 0, x comes 40, and x equal to 0 means y is equal to 40. So 2 points we have 40, 0 here, and 0, 40. These two are to be joined to get equation number 1. The simple thing we need to write here 1, and shading part also should be seen now only. How? As this has divided the plane into two regions, so we will pick this is in general I do. I pick 0, 0. This is the best convenient point for calculation. You put here, if I take 0, 0 in place of x and y in corresponding inequation, so completely 0 is less than 80, which is true. So mark an arrow to show we need to go towards the origin. Second one, if I once take y is equal to 0, here y is equal to 0, if I take x we get 60. So 60, 0 is the point for this one. And if I take x equal to 0, we get y is equal to 30. So this is the other point. Now we have to join these two to get the second. And right after that, we will select the region to be shaded. But what region is to be shaded, we have to see. This becomes second one. And again I put the 0, 0 origin in this inequation. X equal to 0, y equal to 0, completely this becomes 0 is less than 120. A true statement. For this also we have to move towards origin, shading. Yes. Third one, x plus y is 50. Very easy to see here. If I take y equal to 0, x is 50 and x is 0 means y 50. So we need to join 0, 50 and 50, 0. A different type of condition we have. You can see, as I said in the previous question, that you may be given more than 2 in equations, so we are having here more than 2. Mainly there are 4 and compulsory condition is x and y greater than or equal to 0. So we have seen. Again, for this purpose, we need to check what happens if I take here 0, 0 as it is divided into 2 regions. So 0, 0, completely 0 is less than 50. Need to shade towards origin, all the region. Last one, as this one, as I said, is a compulsion, but x, y greater or equal to 0. It's understood all the things will take place first quadrant. In the beginning I have said. So use that one. If I take here y equal to 0, we get x equal to 30. Means 30 comma 0. 30 comma 0 is this point. And if I take x equal to 0, y becomes 90. Means this one point we need to join with the 30. So let's do that. We get here with the biggest gap, I think. Drawing line is your own way. You can change the method if you want. Now this is a very keen type of case here. And again, if I put same, because all are actually dividing in such a way that 0, 0 we can get the point. 0, 0 if I put again being satisfied, 0 is less than 90, we need to shade towards origin. Now let's start shading without delay. If I do the shading part, we need to find the commonly shaded region. Commonly shaded region here. Let's shade this. First of all, we will use the very small line for shading. Okay. Here we see that if commonly shaded region is to be obtained, so we have, I hope you understand. Let me shade it. Let me show where we get it. We are getting here this polygon, as all shading is coming towards origin. We have got again a bounded region. This one bounded region, and here its corner points can be named as it is O. This is A. This we can say B. Here very small line is there to show its side. Then is C. It comes to D, and again their coordinates, they are 30, 0. B. B is the intersection of, this is the last one, means fifth one, intersection of fifth and the first. So we have to solve fifth and first to get B. Fifth and the first equation to get B, and this point C is the intersection of, it is second and the first. So for C we have to solve first and the second, and here this is 0, 30 as we can obtain. Now the only thing, we have to find the coordinates of B and C. Let's solve this. If I take equation number 1 and 5, here this was bit long. One I have written for this one. One, 2, 3 and 4. Wherever it was 5, this will become 4. All these things we have to erase because I have named according to this equation only. This is just objective function. This time you do not give any name. Okay, and this becomes 4. Here it becomes 4. Now we can solve first equation and second. So first and second means these two. These two equations we need to solve. So their solution, if I take subtraction between them, x to x cancel out, 2y minus y is y, 20. So for this y is coming 20 and x also will become 20. You can see. So the point where 1 and 2 are intersecting is point C. Its coordinates are 20, 20. Yeah, we can see according to the graph also it is correct. Now we will solve 1 and 4. Means first and last. So 3x plus y and x plus y. These two we need to solve. Subtract the first one from 3x plus y. Y to y cancel. 3x minus x 2x. 90 minus 40 becomes 50. X comes 25. And put in that y becomes 15. So 25, 15. It is coordinates of B. 25, 15. Why these coordinates are must, you will come to know now only. I will show actually. All these points we have obtained. After this we draw a table showing that we write here corner points, then we write z equal to the objective function 3x plus 4y. And as the question was to maximize z, corner points we will write all one by one. First is O, 0, 0. A, it is 30, 0. B, we have obtained as 25, 15. C, we have obtained as 20, 20. And D is there, 0, 30. Now substituting the values of x and y obtained from these points, we check for which value z is maximized, for which value z is maximum. So for this purpose, like 0, 0 if I take, obviously z is 0. 30, 0 if I take, so 33s are 90 and z value will be only 90. This term will be 0. Now for rest, 25 3s are 75, 15 4s are 60. 60 and 75 is 135. And for 20, 23s are 60, 24s are 80, it is 140. And 0, 30, we get 34 is 120. Now we see that it is 140 which is the maximum value of z, and 4 points 20, 20 means our target is over. Point x equal to 20, y equal to 20 gives us the maximum value of z. So this is known as linear programming problem and it's a solution. This is the way to solve when you are given an objective function and with some constraints we are given. So this is the method to solve and to get maximize or to minimize the objective function. Now we'll see next question. Let's start now. We have taken a word problem which is the direct application of the concept, and also this explains how to bring that in a practical life and why LPP, what is the requirement of linear programming problem. It's named as diet problem. This also I will speak later why this name. If you don't know, bran actually again is a solution. So bran and rice, it's a mixture. Kellogg is a new cereal which is formed of these two that contains at least 88 grams of protein and at least 36 milligrams of iron. Knowing that bran contains 80 grams of protein and 40 milligrams of iron per kg, and the rice contains 100 grams of protein and 30 mg of iron per kilogram. Find the minimum cost of producing this new cereal if bran costs rupees 5 per kg, rice costs rupees 4 per kg. Actually, these concepts of linear programming are applied in practical life to get the maximum profit somewhere. Depends on the problem type. Maximum profit, minimum cost, or maybe more. This is depending on something regarding diet. So based on the theme, its category is given. Basically, there are main category which are actually dealt, and they are exam point to be important also. Diet problem, manufacturing problem, it is transportation problem. These are the three patterns which are most important: diet problem, manufacturing problem, and transportation problem. We have seen one diet problem here. How to plot it, how to understand. Let's see. यहाँ पर सबसे पहले आपको ये देखना है कि पूरा का पूरा जो थीम है उसमें हमको किसको मैक्सिमाइज करना है या किसको मिनिमाइज करना है, किसको कम करना है, किसको ज्यादा करना है. We see here, find the minimum. Generally this is given in the last of the question. Find the minimum cost of producing, means cost we have to minimize. दिस न्यू सीरियल हमको कॉस्ट को मिनिमाइज करना है. ओके, आई सजेस्ट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड इट बेटर, यू ड्रॉ द ट्री. Tree diagram is important. The main thing is cost. We need to minimize. Now this cost is of what? Cost is of mixture. We are making a mixture, namely Kellogg. So cost of mixture we have to minimize. This cost depends on two parts. Not directly its cost is given. This depends on two parts, bran and rice. This is tree diagram. As I said, now bran and rice both contains their ingredients also are there. It's given that protein and iron. Here we are given about protein and iron. Yeah. So they are divided as protein and iron both. This tree explains something. What? This cost of we have to minimize the cost of mixture. That's why this will be known as objective function. This becomes objective function. Means in general we consider this to be z. This is objective function. Now rest of the terms which are given in the form of at least, at most, we can see here. A mixture of bran and rice that contains at least 88 grams of protein and at least 36 milligrams of iron. For sure, all the constants will be formed using protein and iron. The last step, protein and the last ingredient group. All the constraints, inequalities will be formed by protein and iron only. But this is not enough. This was a tree diagram to explain what we have to do. We have to draw a table, again a rough table to understand it better. Here we write x and y. What are x and y? As I said, the objective function depends on two things, bran and rice. This is cost of mixture. So cost of mixture depends on the cost of bran and rice. How? Here we see that it's given the new serial of bran. This we have to minimize the cost. Where bran cost rupees 5 per kg. For 1 kg the cost of bran is rupees 5. So we have to consider the quantity of bran taken. How much bran is taken? So we consider the quantity of bran to be x kg. And of rice we take y kg. You can write here, this is bran, this is rice. Okay. Now further, what are the parts of it? First of all, we are told cost. So you can note here, cost of bran is rupees 5 per kg. Rupees for rice we are given rupees 4 per kg. This is the way to write. Next, protein. We will think of protein. Right here, protein. In bran, the content is given. Bran contains 80 grams of protein and 40 milligram of iron per kg. In 1 kg, 1 kilogram में आपको quantity given है. Bran में है 80 gram protein. So we have considered x kilogram. Later we will see, but we have to write here protein quantity. So you can write here per kilogram. Protein in per kilogram is 80 gram. And iron is given 40 milligram. Iron is not, this is not the list. Iron list will be separate. This is iron, again per kilogram. So iron is 40 mg. Next, we are given that rice contains 100 grams of protein. So 100 gram in front of protein we should write for rice column, and iron is given 30 mg for rice column. So write here 30 mg. Now what else? What else? As I see that cost is given rupees 5 per kg of bran. We have taken x kilogram of bran. So obviously here for x kilogram the cost will be 5x. Cost becomes 5x of bran. Rice is rupees 4 per kg. So total cost of rice will become 4y. We need to minimize the cost, which I said is the objective function. So we will write here 5x plus 4y, which will be the total cost z. So this is objective function for us. Okay, z equal to 5x plus 4y. We have obtained. Next, we are told that protein. Once again in the question, the mixture of bran and rice that contains at least 80 gram of protein. So you can write here at least minimum or maximum. Protein is given at least 88. So what is the meaning of at least 88 gram? That means if you sum up the total quantity of protein from bran and rice, this should not be less than 88. At least 88 means kam se kam. Okay, so what we have to write? Think of it. Per kilogram, 80 grams is the quantity of protein. We have considered x kilogram of bran. So that's why in 1 kilogram if 80 gram, so x kilogram the quantity of protein will become 80x. And for rice, 100 gram is given in 1 kilogram. It's y kilogram the quantity of rice. So that becomes 100y. Its total should be at least 88, means should be greater or equal to 88. This makes in equation number 1. Further we go. Similarly we can form for iron. We are told that iron is at least 36 mg. So again at least, so we will write 40x plus 30y is greater or equal to 36 and nothing else. As we can see, bran and rice, their contents are only this protein and iron. So these are constants and compulsory are x, y are greater or equal to 0. Why? Because if you want to make a mixture, so at least we will not take them to be x and y as a 0. We will not take the quantity to be 0. So this all is about how to form the objective function and constant from the given word problem. Now it's a plotting we will do. Now to plot these on graph paper, what have I done here? Objective function as we obtained as z equal to 5x plus 4y. These two are constants. Corresponding equations I have written in simplest form. Now while taking the scale here, we have to be careful. What we have to do, as I see, if I am taking in this equation y equal to 0, I am finding x equal to 22 by 20, which is 1.1. Here, if I take y equal to 0, so I am getting x equal to 18 upon 20, which is 0.9. Again, here if I take the same thing for y, taking x equal to 0, so from first I am getting y is equal to 22 by 25 around 0.88, and here taking x equal to 0, 18 upon 15, it is 1.2 around. So that's why I have taken such a scale in terms of decimal, not exactly 1, 2, 3 or 10, 20, 30, etc. Here, as I could see, the maximum value of x we are having as 1.1. So we have to go ahead, putting that like 1.1, 1.2. Both sides I have taken. There also 1.2 scale I have taken. So 0.1 is the scale and maximum value 1.2 I have considered. Now what I have to do, I have to plot these lines here on graph. So we will see that first one. Again, verbally we will see and plot that. Here if I take y equal to 0, x comes 1.1. So let's mark this for first one. X is equal to 1.1. So this is the value 1.1. And if I take y, x equal to 0, so y is 0.88. 0.88. It's somewhere here. We can consider. So these 2 points when joined, we get the required line. As earlier I said, we need only first quadrant. So let it go. Only in first quadrant. Here we have obtained this line and we write this is corresponding to first one. Now again we see that divided into two regions, we will put 0, 0 for calculation. If I replace x and y by 0, 0 is greater than 80, it is wrong statement, means we have to shade opposite to origin. opposite to origin. That side we need to shade. We can put shading also. Next, for the second one, if I take y is equal to 0, so 18 upon 20, y equal to 0, this will x equal to 18 upon 20. So that will come 0.9, x equal to 0.9 mark here. Y is equal to, we need, taking x equal to 0, I see 18 upon 15. It is, recently we did 1.2 is here. So we will join these 2 points to get the second line. Now we have obtained here second one. You can write here too. It's again we have to see the shading part. For that our purpose is to take origin. If I take origin as a point, 0, 0, if I put in place of x and y, so completely this term becomes 0 is greater than 36, again wrong statement. In this line also we need to go opposite to origin, we can shade it. Now as we see, I need to find an x and y obviously greater or equal to 0 means first quadrant. Now both lines shading is going opposite to origin. So whenever such a case appears, here we can see the required shading region will be this one. The commonly shaded region we have obtained as this one, and this is infinite region. This is first thing about it. Second, this is also not a bounded one. This type of, now we are not supposed to go beyond this line, as we have to be limited in confined within first quadrant only. So that's why we will shade like this, not below this line. Okay, they are also not to cross the y-axis. So you can see it's the shape like I am drawing. This type of shape we are having. This type of shape we are having. Yeah, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this line we have obtained. It's for the second line, and this line we have obtained for first one. And as I said in the beginning, whenever we get a region, it is surrounded by the corresponding constraints, and here also we do. We have, condition is we are not getting here the bounded region. Okay, this is known as unbounded region. We say this to be unbounded region. Now this expands infinitely. This type of region expands infinitely. The concept is same. This includes all those points which satisfies all these constraints and conditions. This is one thing. But suppose in such a condition, if I ask what will be the maximum, those values of x and y which maximizes the z, so obviously there is no limit. So that's why whenever unbounded type of region is given, you will be given to find the minimizing, the values which are minimizing the objective function. And you could see in this word problem, we have to minimize the cost. Yes, that's why we have to see for minimizing. Now, just like the case of bounded region, we mark here the corner points. I find this is one corner point, first corner point. This can be named as A. Second corner point is here, B. Third corner point is we are getting as C. Now, C is what? It's 1.1, 0. A can be written as 0, 1.2, as clearly it is visible. Now, this is the solution. This is the intersection of first and second. So, we can solve these two lines here. Solving them, I see if I directly take subtraction of these two. So, from first if I subtract second one, sign change, these two will be cancelled out. 25 minus 15, tan y, 22, this is 4. So, y comes to 0.4. Now, replacing y by 0.4 in this first equation, 25 4 is 100. So, we get the 10. So, 20x, this is equal to 22 minus 10. Gives you 20x is equal to 12. X is equal to 12 upon 20. All we get is 0.6. So, the point B is 0.6, 0.4. This will be obtained all the corner points. The last thing which is left is the value table, the table which will guide us to maximize or to minimize the value of z. Our purpose is minimizing, so that's why let's start without delay. We write here corner points corner points, and along with that we write z as 5x plus 4y. Here we get corner points. First one A as 0.1, 1.2, 0, 1.2. We get B as 0.6, 0.4. C we get as 1 point, it was 1, 0. Now if we take these values for z, we need to see for which we are having the minimum. So if I put this, 0 will make this term to be 0, 1.2 into 4, this is 4.8. For this one, this becomes 6 5 is a 30. So 3 and 4 4 is a 16, 1.6. So we have to write here 3 and 1.6, it is 4.6, and 1.1 into 5 will give you 5.5. We find that this is the minimum value. So finally, the value means point B is giving us the minimum value of z. So x equal to 0.6, y is equal to 0.4. What are these actually? Don't forget, in the problem we consider x and y to be the quantity of bran and rice to be taken. So this is 0.6 kilogram of bran, and rice we will take 0.4 kilogram. And the minimum value of z, which is to be obtained, the cost, the minimum cost actually, this will be rupees 4.6 per kilogram for z. So this way, this will be 4.6 in all. Okay. So this way we can apply the concept in word problems. So this was just an introduction. Next module I will show you more problems based on the same concept. Thank you.